Nick Spencer went on a Twitter rant this morning, hitting the trifecta of speech that we're used to from comics pros lately. First, he claimed that threats of violence were occurring. Then, he blamed critics for inciting said violence, these critics being YouTube critics. And then when asked for proof, or when people told him to call the proper authorities, he gave vague answers like, "Oh, I'm not speaking about me personally," and, "Well, look at 2016 in general." In other words, he made a statement, thought no one would check him on the statement, he was called out, and then he had to backpedal. Par for the course, it seems, and identical to what we've seen from Dan Slott and Tom Brevoort in the past. It's almost like they're all working from the same playbook. Nick Spencer is upset, and I can't really fault him for it. Secret Empire was an unmitigated disaster, to the point where they needed to change the ending and derailed all the big plans for the Sam Wilson push. The YouTube comics community has boomed, and they've been extremely critical about comics pros in general, and solicitations have recently come out that reveal that Nick Spencer isn't on an active title. This means that Spencer has literally been benched after Secret Empire, I presume, to let the heat die down and to get the failed events odor off of him. Not to mention, the complete failure of Marvel Generations was critically, and the fact that Marvel Legacy looks to be like a completely superficial change. Things don't look too good for Marvel, and YouTube critics who make 10-minute videos in their basement and only reach about 5,000 viewers at a time are not to blame for the fact that sales have been plummeting in the tens of thousands over the last 5 years. Marvel has turned into a clique, plain and simple, where only the in members have power and control and they do whatever they want. The fact that they're letting 3 large YouTubers and about 20 smaller ones get to them so badly is actually in and of itself really interesting. And the fact that you're trying to scapegoat them to Disney as the reason why there are low sales shows us that you know there's a problem, but you refuse to look at any contributing factors that could potentially get you in trouble with your bosses. And for the record, if there are any threats being made against you or anyone else, please go to the authorities or post it so that we can publicly deal with them. I really believe that we all want the same thing in the end, and that's a thriving comics industry. The problem is continually crying wolf and then when asked for proof, backing down and just speaking in vague generalities really makes you look like a liar. And this is the reason why nobody takes you seriously. And to anyone who's a part of this community, don't personally attack the comics pros. Nothing good comes of it, and honestly, it's wrong. It's just plain wrong. I personally try to limit my direct interaction with comic pros, and the few times that I do communicate directly with them, I make sure that my speech is to the point of the matter. These are people whose sole tactics is to try to victimize themselves. We see it time and time again. Don't give them the ammunition. We know that Disney is concerned with the comics division and is actively looking into them. At this point, if Marvel stays the course with no interaction from us, the mouse is going to come down on them sooner or later. Especially if DC Metal continues to do well. Those are my thoughts on the matter of the Nick Spencer dilemma. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys have any ideas how to deal with this. Like, share, subscribe, and check back for more videos.